Greetings. Welcome back to Hellhound's Late Night Spook Show here on the Horror and Metal channel. I'm Hellhound, and we're going to do yet another re-review today. So on this channel, I've reviewed all the Chucky movies, except for the remake. But I did make a trailer reaction video for that one. But anyway, yeah, I've reviewed all the other Chucky movies, and all of them are available on this channel still, except for the first two. I set my reviews of the first two films to private, and I'm going to redo both of those, starting with the first film, the original Child's Play. So yes, as you already know, this is a re-review of the original Child's Play, an update of the video I did 6 years ago, which I first reviewed it. So yeah. Child's Play from 1988, directed by Tom Holland, who also did Fright Night and a few others. Child's Play is an original and scary horror classic that gave birth to a horror icon. So what's the movie about? Well, I would say spoiler alert, but I think we all know that the doll is actually alive at this point, unless you've been living under a rock for the past 30 or so years. So let's just go ahead and proceed. The legendary Brad Dourif plays the notorious serial killer Charles Lee Ray, who is fatally shot by a cop named Mike Norris, played by the great Chris Sarandon, in a toy store. Ray uses his last dying words to recite a voodoo chant that supposedly grants life after death. Using this chant, the sadistic murderer transfers his soul into a nearby good guy's doll before all life ebbs from his body. A few days later, 6-year-old Andy Barkley, played by Alex Vincent, is given the same doll as a birthday present from his mother, Karen, played by Catherine Hicks. Andy loves his new good guy doll, which is able to talk and move its head around. Calling itself Chucky, the doll begins to tell Andy strange things. It even takes him to odd places where murders are committed. It seems that Chucky, animated by the soul of the homicidal Charles Lee Ray, seeks revenge against Mike Norris for killing him. The evil living doll also finds out that in order to become human again, he must transfer his soul into Andy's body. When Karen Barkley finally realizes that Chucky is in fact alive, she enlists Mike's help to stop the murderous doll and save Andy's soul. This fantastic modern-day horror classic has one of the greatest premises ever conceived. Kudos to director Tom Holland and writer Don Mancini for giving us this highly original and timeless film. Sure, there's been killer dolls before, such as in Twilight Zone, but so what? Chucky is one of the greatest horror villains ever, and in this movie, he is actually quite scary. Brad Dourif was the perfect actor to give Chucky his voice, as well as playing the human form of Charles Lee Ray before he becomes a living doll. Briefly. I'm so glad he returned for every sequel in the series that followed this movie. Brad is Chucky, and always will be. All the actors here are very convincing and believable in their parts. Chris Sarandon from Fright Night being a favorite of mine. It's a shame he hasn't done more films in more recent times. Catherine Hicks also does very well as the concerned and protective mother. I genuinely felt bad for her in certain scenes. Usually I can't stand kids in horror movies, but Alex Vincent didn't annoy me at all, and actually did very, very well here. Great job, Alex. I also love the Chicago setting, which made for some beautiful big city scenery. The fact that it's also wintertime with snow on the ground enhanced that superb atmosphere. The best thing about this movie, besides its great villain, is the suspense. Chucky is more mysterious and doesn't come alive for like the first half of the movie, and most of the kills are suggested. This was a great way to build scares and toy with the audience at the same time. The scene where Karen first discovers that the doll has been moving and talking with no batteries, and it quickly turns its head around saying, "Hi, I'm Chucky, you want to play?" Really got me in my first watch, and still gives me chills to this day. Every time I watch this film with some friends who haven't seen it already, they always jump like 5 feet during that part. Sure, some of the effects don't really hold up and aren't quite as good as in the sequels, but that doesn't really hurt the movie. Chucky still looks pretty great. I really like how in this one he starts to actually look more human over time, and begins to even somewhat resemble his previous human form a little bit, right down to the receding hairline. Very creepy. They seem to have scrapped that idea in all of the other installments of the series, however. I also have to wonder why Ray Oliver's Dr. Death character even had a voodoo doll of himself in the first place. I guess maybe it could have been some kind of self-empowerment doll that could be used for some reverse effect, like the opposite of what a voodoo doll would normally do, like maybe he puts a coin on its head and it brings him like great wealth or something, you know. Okay, fair enough, but why would you tell a lowlife like Charles Lee Ray about it? I guess John wasn't the fastest car on the lot. But it's alright. This film has some great suspense, actual valid jump scares, an awesome villain, a wonderful cast, a solid script, interesting and well-developed characters, a sharp score, some really amusing Chucky one-liners, and tight directing by Tom Holland, who utilizes some POV shots and the occasional slow motion. I would recommend this movie for anybody who loves scary and suspenseful horror films with a great storyline, villain, and setting. The original Child's Play rules. Long live Chucky. Alright guys, well, that's my review of the original Child's Play from 1988, directed by Tom Holland. Join me tomorrow, and I'll most likely review Child's Play 2, and after that I'll be all caught up. I will have, all my reviews of the Child's Play movies will be available on this channel. None of them will be private. All of them will be available to watch with these two updates. And maybe I'll get to the remake eventually, I don't know. I still haven't watched the entire thing, and from what little I've seen of it, I don't really care to. I'm just not into it, you know. I'm sure it's alright, but it's just not my thing. I'm just not feeling it, I'm sorry. I am really looking forward to the Chucky TV series, though. I have some mixed feelings on the trailer, but I'm going to save that my full thoughts for when I might eventually do a trailer reaction, and if I don't, I'll definitely make a video reviewing the show when the first episode comes out and I'm able to watch it. So stay tuned for that. Alright guys, let me know what you think of the original Child's Play and the Chucky series in general in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching my late night spook show here on the Horror and Metal channel. I'm Hellhound. Until next time, later.